She's whipping up the very best with bartender, drink more, cook less. He's the tech guy, Robbie, Randy, Roy. Rocky is the bestest boy. The food is great, come grab a plate. The show's starting, so don't be late. Dana's Kitchen.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous.
Hello, happy Thursday. It's good to see all of your beautiful names in chat. I'd say faces, but I can't see your faces. So hello, I saw Adra, Michael, and MK, and Andy is here. So we've got lots of people here. So hello. I just noticed it said that Noimu is the new top clipper in our thing. So get on it if you want to be the top clipper. Hello, Claire. How are you doing? Let's see here. Somebody asked, are we doing anything for Mother's Day? That is a question for Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy. Hey, Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy. Are we doing anything for Mother's Day?
She might be getting like some food.
As far as streaming, I might take the day off just to kind of catch up and do nothing, get a pedicure because my toes are really gross right now. So yeah, so there we go. Make sure you guys are following MK. She is amazing. She's been on Food Fight. We love her. She's in New York. She cooks yummy food. She does crafts. She's very chill. So make sure that you do that. And also, we're going to give a shout out here to Adra, the Metal Outlaw. So make sure we're giving all of our streamers and supporting them as well on Twitch. And hey, I don't know if you guys knew this, but we're working towards trying to get a food and drink club here. Robbie's probably going to post that user voice if you haven't done it, or if you have done it, do it again. I think we're getting close. We're making some headway.
And they're really looking for comments.
They are looking for comments. So tell them why it's helpful that you love food and drink and that you want to see us get all the love and support as food and drink streamers in there. And if you are a food and drink streamer, or you've done it, or you haven't done it because you don't feel like Twitch supports it, put that in there as well. We're looking for that club. Basically what the club gives us, if you don't know, is it gives us more support, and we have more contact. We have more availability to contact Twitch about ideas, about things that maybe we need a little more support and help around. And it kind of puts us all under the umbrella, because right now we've got 2 or 3 Discords that I know about. There might be other ones out there where other people are out there trying to create their own support network. Well, this will put us we'll all be invited to the big umbrella and be able to work together more effectively. And I think that this will help us even globally, or in areas that I don't actually have Twitch people yet on my radar to collab with. We all know I love to do collabs. So get on that user voice and do that. Kanara talked to them last Tuesday. I'm actually going to talk to them next Friday. So, and let them know about what we want. What's fragmented?
I think the
community is a little fragmented. Yes. And so what we want to do is try to bring us all together so we can all support one another and make your experience as people watching Twitch more exciting, more fun, and a smoother transition, because cooking in the kitchen is different than DJing, who has their own things that they need to do, and it's different than if you're gaming. We have our own separate things that make it challenging for us as streamers. I'm knocking things on the floor already. What's going on? Anyway, so today, there is a group out on Discord, and they are why am I blanking on the name? The Labyrinth Gladiators. And every month they have a challenge. And it's my first year, and Andy's using some bits to the fart song. Thank you. That's lovely. Yeah, it'd be important. So get out there, and if you see somebody else, give them the user voice as well to make some comments. They are reading them. They let Kanara know they're reading them. They're listening to what you guys are saying, and that's been very, very helpful
Well, and,
for the
and we
fact.
even see it when anyone makes a comment too.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
the-
nice for us.
yeah, so MK's saying, I didn't even know there were food and drink streamers until 2 years ago. And here she is now streaming in food and drink. And I didn't know it was a thing until my daughter said, Mom, you should be a food and drink streamer. And I'm like, they have food and drink streamers? And I talk to other people, like I go to the grocery
I offer you
store,
a drink?
know, and we'll have another drink. Michael has suggested we do a cream puff inspired cocktail. So if you have something out there, Golden Flare, you can share with us, since I know that you like to do drinks too, let me know. So I sometimes go to the store, and when I'm buying the ingredients for a stream, I'll have like the person ask, oh, what are you making? Because my grocery store is very, very friendly, and we're in Texas. And the bag, sometimes the teenagers and college students that are doing the bagging I'll say something like, oh, I'm streaming, making whatever tonight. And they'll go, wait, you're a streamer? What do you stream on, YouTube? And I'll go, no, I stream on Twitch. And they'll be like, you can stream food and drink on Twitch? And then they go, wait, you know what Twitch is? So there you go. So that was a lot from me, but I'm glad you stayed and listened. So thank you.
And since we have Golden Flare in here, did you see the announcement that the next season is coming back soon? And it's with the one and only Kanara?
What? Oh, okay. Excellent. Yes,
I know
absolutely.
you're running around today, so.
Yeah, okay, there we go. All the things. So, hello, Jedi, you're first. Yes, you are. Good job. So, Golden Flare, make sure you go give Golden Flare a... There's Darth Verbach. Oh, my gosh. Hello, Darth. How are you? How are you? Hey, Darth, you win. Look at that. Hang on. I got to get you a star or something. Just a something. We'll get you a something. Hang on. Here are my... Oh, I had it here. Is it still there? Ah! Things are falling. No worries.
You're fine.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Except that this keeps breaking on my stand. On my music stand. I had to get a music stand. I stole that from Thistle and Oak, who, by the way, I think we should give them a shout out too. They haven't streamed for a while. They do food and drink stream, but they also do music streams, but they've been busy putting an album together, and you can actually go and find them on the different streaming services, on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Amazon. You can look up Thistle and Oak and hear some of their music. So that helps them a lot, and they are fellow streamers here on Twitch, A, and B, they do food and drink sometimes. Because Paul is an amazing chef, and Lindsay is an amazing bartender. So you'll get all the fun stuff there. So red, I do have red. I don't think I want to give you red. All right, Darth. Verbaka. 2 things here, and 40 months.
40 months.
40 months.
That's not a real number.
That's a lot of months. Sorry, you get orange. No, I got red. I got red for Darth. There we go. Even though, I think of Chewbacca as being more orangey, but Darth gets what he wants, so.
There, I even
at
changed
least
the color
today.
to red for you, Dart.
There we go. Red. Robbie said, do you like the colors on the
We can
lights?
do
And I
this
was
one.
like, I do. And he goes, they're lightsaber colors. And I'm like, I did not know that. But there we go. Too many months. Okay, so anyway, back to the thing. Labyrinth Gladiators. They've got metal something, I have to go look it up, on Discord. They have, if you're a food and drink streamer, you can sign up, and they do a monthly challenge, and you're supposed to do something and post a photo in their Discord. So this is my first month doing it. There's some lovely, wonderful people who are contributing over there, all Twitch streamers, if you want to go check them out, except it's called the Metal Outlaw, maybe? I'll have to go look. I don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, we're going to be doing at least two different kinds of cream puffs. In my head, I've got like 5 different ones, but I don't want to, like, you know me, I have a tendency to go off the rails and go, wah, just like that, Robbie. Can you do that, Robbie? Wah. It's silent, but he's doing it. He's like, over there.
It'd be a shame if someone clipped that.
That'd be terrible. So we're gonna do a root beer float one. It's gonna be our sweet, and our savory one is gonna be using some of that smoked pork that we had on Sunday. So, wah! Exactly, Fajita Phantom. Exactly. Hello, Amy. How are you? Sparkling Jewel. Hello, hello. And that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start actually with our sweet ones. I have made cream puffs before. Oh my gosh, Andy! Andy, oh my gosh, you gave a gift sub to File Guys, #1 Zach, Mrs. Morbid 16, Whisking Unicorn, and there's somebody that is above that I cannot see. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here we go. Uh-oh. All right.
M_K
MK,
cheered 300.
thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for the biddies. Here we go. Oh, Darth. Oh my
1,000
gosh.
bits.
Holy cow, guys. Hello. Let me wake up. Okay, I gotta go get some things. More things.
Darth_Forbacca cheered X1000.
Thank you so much. So much. Okay, I missed whoever the first person was Andy gave a gift sub to. Can you scroll down for me?
Luke Jeremy.
All right, there we go. So, Andy, we gotta get you up there. Let's start with Andy.
Do I need to put on my hat?
I think you should. Do you know what your hat is?
Well, is it this thing over here?
I think it is.
Oh, God.
I think you should ride over here. Robbie's gonna ride over because I mean we're you know like
So while
halfway
we
through
had
a
the
hype
streamers
train
in town
here.
chat, there is something that got purchased.
I think
She's so happy. She's so happy.
I am. There we go.
She saw this in the store and immediately thought of me.
I
and bought
did.
me a horse.
I did. I bought him a horse. Don't say I don't ever give you
and a
anything.
hat. And a hat.
And the hat. Well, you had to have the hat. You had to have the hat.
So
There we go. Giddy up.
yay. This is a thing now.
So the question is, should that be like
It's
if
been hiding over there for
Should we-
literally a month.
Thank you, Rar. They are. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're excited. We're excited. Robbie bought a horse. No, I bought a horse for Robbie. You got to get that right, Fajita. So France, was it ooh la la? France was awesome. Here's Andy going up there. We have to get Darth back up there. Darth likes red, so we'll give Darth a red star. And
Did MK pick a color?
what color would you like? I was just gonna give her one, but bits.
See, I'm nicer, MK. I let you pick. Us,
And we'll do
us horse riding people are nicer,
Are ya?
apparently.
Yeah.
Jedi, I've been here the whole time, and I'm still really wondering. So many promises made and broken over the years.
And yet you're still here. There's Darth there. We've
For at least
got
one
MK.
more stream.
Did it just for today, Dana. That's it. I'm only here for today. All right.
Although, to be fair, Dana's the one that's probably going to take Sunday off for Mother's Day.
Probably.
I mean, that means I get the day off too.
Yay, congrats. Yeah, we're so excited. But it didn't happen in Sparkling and Jewel. It didn't happen in France. France was great. We were in Nice. So we got engaged actually in Venice. That's where that happened. So, oh, did I put what that was? I did, okay. I'm just checking.
Dana's a mess.
I'm trying my best.
But we're on the air, so that's a win.
We've made it on the air. There we go. So, but thank you guys so much.
Right up in the sunset
He
of every
can.
screen.
Venice was very nice. We got engaged on a gondola. Robbie did not get down on one knee because he's afraid of tipping the boat over.
Figured it might ruin the moment if I either tipped us completely over or if I fell in. You know, when he was already warning us, don't reach your hands outside the boat.
And we could see why they have that rule because they come like this close to the corners and the walls, and you could see people wanting to push the boat away.
I think you were ready to like kick your leg out a couple times.
Huh?
You were ready to kick your leg out a couple times.
No.
Oh,
Was I?
maybe that was just me.
Maybe you were thinking Dana should probably do that.
Yeah, Dana, protect me.
So,
Fajita!
fajita! Yeah, okay, well now.
4 months.
Holy cow. You're beating Darth. Good for you.
That's right. When is your first stream anniversary? You're coming up on 4 years.
Who
She didn't already
is?
talk about that. You.
Oh, me? Yes, I am. We're talking about me. It's okay. 44 months. Yay.
Thank you for the hype train, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. That is a good way to start off a stream is with a hype train. That's a good way. It makes my evening, gives me energy. There we go, Fajita Phantom. All right, I'm gonna get that off. I got to turn it off. I think I forgot to turn it off the other day. I thought I had. We may need new batteries. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna be making a sweet and a savory, and I'm gonna be using 2 different techniques to make the cream puffs. In one, we're gonna be using a food processor, and the other, we're gonna be using the mixer, and we're gonna see which comes out better. America's Test Kitchen said that the food processor works better. I have my doubts about that, but we'll give it a try. Now, I have made cream puffs in the past. It's been so long. I don't think I've made them. Maybe I made them once while I have known Robbie, so like in the last 9 years. And I can't recall what that was, and I can't recall if they were successful or not successful, so I don't seem to have any strong feelings one way or the other about them. These, however, are going to be 2 different ones that I've never made. As a matter of fact, we're kind of making up the filling for the pulled pork one.
Frosty.
So, yep, so we are going to, I was actually paying attention to prices at the grocery store today, Robbie, and I was like, there were certain things I was like, why is that so much? So, this was the least expensive root beer we had at the grocery store, so that's what we're going to be using. So we are going to make a root beer reduction that's going to get folded into a pastry cream that's going to be part of our root beer float cream puff. And we're going to be making a pâte à choux dough to make the cream puff, and then it's going to have like a vanilla bean whipped cream on the top of it, and then we'll put a cherry. We'll make it look really pretty and bougie, because, you know, we have to make things bougie or Darth gets all, you know, upset that Dana's not being bougie. So we're going to start by making a reduction, and the thing is to reduce the root beer, because it has so much sugar in it, we're going to have to reduce it. It's going to be slow. Slow, low and slow, because if we try to do it fast, you know, sometimes you can reduce things, pump the heat up, boil it. We can't do that with this, because then we'll caramelize it, and then we won't be able to fold it into our pastry dough. So we're gonna go ahead and get that started. I'm gonna put it on my smaller burner.
The Wookiee doesn't know bougie.
And low. He does know bougie. He just likes to pretend he doesn't know bougie. Lamar Zinn. Wait a minute. I was trying to read this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Juan. Got a new pope today. That's right. Did you know that?
I did.
Did you know he's American?
I did.
Okay. Can you scroll up for me? It says, you remember your first root beer float. It was a reward for perfect attendance. Root beer became your favorite soda after that. That is, I know Robbie thinks root beer is a treat. And my youngest kiddo thinks root beer is a treat. So whenever we have the holidays or doing something special around here, I go and I buy root beer in the bottle because that's the thing. That's the thing. Ah, Puppy Cam. Uh-oh. Do we have Puppy Cam ready?
You tell me.
I was reading my book, so it's actually in the other room.
Let me just get my horse and go pick it up.
All right, you do that. So that, who talks like Tony Soprano? You sounds like something you might want, Michael. You like Hires root beer? Yes. A&W. We used to go when my kids were little and we lived in Michigan. There were a lot of A&W root beer places, and so we used to like to go there, and that's how I knew that my youngest kiddo actually knew the alphabet. My daughter would always be like, and every time she learned something, she'd point it out. But my youngest kiddo always wanted to know everything before they would say anything. So it wasn't until we were in A&W, we didn't think that they knew their letters at all, and we're at A&W, and they go, that's an A. That's a W. That's an R. That's a K. That's it. And we're like, wait a minute, you know your alphabet. So there we go. Rocky doesn't seem to mind the horse. The hat, he's not a big fan of the hat. All right, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. You know, it might even be better if you're doing the reduction on the root beer is let it sit out open for a night and let it get really flat.
Should we go find a puppy, everyone? We'll go find a puppy. You keep them entertained, Dana.
I think that's why I'm here. So, all the cheese, all the bacon, all the bougie. I don't think we've got bacon, but we definitely have cheese going into our cream puffs that we're making for our pulled pork ones. And obviously all the bougie. All the bougie. Okay. So we've got that going, and while we've got that going, we're gonna go ahead and make the dough for the sweet cream puffs, so for the dessert ones, all right? How many of you have made pâte à choux? Anybody? Anybody? Sugar, and saucepan, mix the heat. Okay, so we're gonna be tempering this. I've read it. Cheesy 5,000, you just subscribed with oh, thank you so much for your gift subscription. And for all of you out there, if you have Amazon, you have one free subscription on Twitch. Make sure you use it somewhere. Take Amazon's money. Take Amazon's money. Let's get you on the board. Let's get you up there. All right. We've got cheesy 5,000. Thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure I spell your name right. That's a Z, not a 2, and 5,000. My memory is like a goldfish. I'm just saying. So I always have to look up multiple times to make sure I'm spelling something right. When it comes to that. You got a new dog a couple of weeks ago. Looks like Rocky. I was gonna say Otis, but I wish Otis was here. There we go, you are up on the board. Yours is cut short at the moment. Rocky's about to go in, he's just a mess. He's been running around in the rain, he's dirty. It was your job to beat in the last egg. All right. Well, I'm going to use, this one seems, let's see here. Oh, I know why. I was looking at the pastry cream. We need the cream puffs. I need to do, this one's going to be 400 on there. We're going to see how I do here. Okay, I'm going to read this through because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Before you do everything and read it through. I read it through last night. So we've preheated the oven. I've lined a baking sheet with parchment. So we're going to combine water, milk, sugar, salt, and butter in a medium saucepan. Bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, while it's still on the heat, we're going to add the flour and quickly beat the mixture until it's smooth and shiny, and it'll start pull away from the sides of the pan. Okay? And we don't want to underbeat it. That's the big thing about it. So your dog is 15. He is an older dog. He thinks he's a puppy again. That's nice. He is a stick for, okay, so Rocky is now pretending he does not know how to get into the house. I don't know why. So, let's see here. Once mixture is thoroughly combined, scrape it into the bowl of a stand mixture. Turn the mixture on low speed. With the mixer running, add eggs one at a time, allowing each egg to incorporate in the mixture to become smooth before adding the next. And then we're going to transfer it to a pastry bag, okay? Now, you do not have to use a pastry bag when you are making cream puffs. You can do them off of a spoon and onto the thing and then kind of spray a spoon down with some like non-stick spray and form them around. Or you can, if you are really bougie, you can use a pastry bag. We're gonna attempt to use the pastry bag, okay? I'm gonna attempt it, because these are the sweet ones. I will probably do it the other way with the savory ones. 11, definitely don't. So you have done pâte à choux before, Darth, right? So you're horrible with pastry bags. It's not my, I can do mashed potatoes out of a pastry bag. That's about it. That's about all I can do. All right.
We need to get Miss Kelly Cakes in here to give you guys some lessons.
Yeah, I think Darth and I are probably hopeless when it comes to that. All right, water, milk, sugar, salt, and butter. Yes, pâte à choux. We're making pâte à choux. That's exactly right. No, pâte à choux. Robbie's gonna spell it for you. P-A-T-E. New word. C-H-O-U-X. There we go. All right, so we need, you know what I need you to get me, please? Can you go get the milk out of the other refrigerator for me?
Milk?
Milk. Por favor. I have the whipping cream in here, but I do not have the milk. All right, this is in grams. I have a overseas recipe here. So we'll measure everything. We want 125 grams of water. Actually, let me do it this way. We'll tear that, we'll get that. And I make no guarantees how this turns out tonight. Too much. A little too fast. There we go. 125.3 is probably fine, right? Tie off the top. Is not over mix it. Well, you don't want to under mix it either. Oh, you mean once you add the eggs in. You might be right about that. All right, 125 grams of whole milk.
The pastry bag.
To tie off the pastry bag, yeah. I usually just twist the top.
You can turn it into bread dough by overmixing.
I mean, bread is yummy too. But really, if we're thinking about cream puffs, isn't it really a type of bread-ish thing? All right, 125 grams of water.
Yeah, but Dana, bread doesn't sound as bougie.
As a profiterole or a gourget
Or a caddishu.
or a caddishu. All right, 5 grams of sugar. It's close. 5 grams of sugar, 5 grams of sea salt.
This would take me all day to measure.
Nope, that's too much. Don't worry, this will just take all day. It's fine.
It's like I'm doing it.
Here we go. So we got 5 grams of salt and then 113 grams of butter. Oh, did I put that in here? I didn't mean to. What?
I'm gonna need that in freedom units.
And freedom units. Well, it is approximately half a cup and 1 tablespoon is 125 grams. For 5 grams of sugar, that's about a half a teaspoon for that and salt. And for 113 grams of butter, it's supposed to be a stick. So let's pull a whole stick of butter out of here and see if that is accurate. Does anybody know? I'm terrible at remembering how to turn things from the metric system, which makes sense, and freedom units, which just says to you. Even though I always
we
use...
do what we want, Dana.
We do what we want, exactly. Ooh, hey, guess what Robbie and I are doing on Saturday? We're gonna go see Alton Brown. We may have a little obsession, Robbie.
Is he gonna sell you a pizza oven?
Maybe. All right. 113.1 grams. All right. It said chop it up into 4 pieces. Fine. We'll chop it into 4 pieces.
Yeah, Fajito, I got the tickets so long ago that I was trying to remember where I could find them. Because I think I got them probably at least 6 months ago. Not
Oh gosh, at least. That's the problem nowadays. When you used to have like hard copies of tickets, they would go on like the bulletin board or in a drawer somewhere. And nowadays it's like this
Yeah.
app or that
I
app or
can't pin my
log in
phone to the bulletin
online.
board, Dana. That'd be very sad.
I have done my fair share of looking for my tickets all over the place, panicking, going, Robbie.
Well, and then I was able to track down which app it was, and then I had to figure out how to log into that app. And yeah.
Yes, there are 8 tablespoons in a stick of butter. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and measure out my flour for when we need it. We'll go ahead and turn this on and let this butter melt and get it to a boiling point.
So this will be our 3rd time to see a show of his. And have we only done 1 book signing or 2?
Just one.
Because we also get a copy of his book at the show, Dana,
Oh, we do?
with the ticket I got, yeah.
Oh, I've already read the book. So maybe we'll give one away because we'll have 3 copies. All right, we need 140 grams of flour. I don't mind if people sell things. That's part of what being a celebrity is. As long as my thing is that I have to believe that you use it.
Well, plus, if he's not getting the, Food Network money anymore,
He's still making money.
I don't know.
He's still making money. I'm not worried about that part. All right. We're using the mixer for this one.
You buy all these fancy kitchen gadgets, the money goes quick. doing over there? What are you
right.
doing? You're hiding.
I'm getting the mixer. I need the mixer.
We're gonna go see Alton Brown's latest traveling
His
cooking show.
his final show, maybe.
Once again a final tour.
All right. So everybody, what you have to do is you have to like think thought. Oh wait, think thought. Where am I? Think thoughts of Dana and Robbie should get the golden ticket or silver ticket. He's
Silver
got silver tickets, and the silver tickets are doing something on stage. We don't know what.
I think people have already asked him that, Jedi, and I think he said that it's the one thing he's brought on the bus with him, and he's cooked more than pizza in there, so therefore it's
It's
more
an
like
oven.
Yeah.
It's an oven. It's called a pizza oven because it gets a lot hotter than a regular oven.
But
So
I'm guessing someone's asked that at every single show.
yeah. I don't think of a pizza oven as a unitasker because you can do like, if you've even got a wood burning one, you can do lots of chicken recipes. You can throw pasta in there to melt cheese. It's just an oven.
I should try and find the picture of Alton when he's signing our books just before Dana insulted him to his face.
It wasn't an insult. You're wrong. I'm pretty sure.
That's true. The tour does end when people stop buying the tickets. So it's our fault. He feels like he has to keep going.
All right, so we're going to use a wooden spoon here. I have a pick with him from when we do that. Words are hard. Kiss and the Eagles have been on their farewell tour. Exactly. As a matter of fact, we went and we saw Styx, and they're like, this is our final tour. And they go, we might still have a concert here and there, but we won't have a tour. And they're back on tour, and we just saw them like
So just last
8
summer?
months ago. Yeah. Aerosmith too. Yeah. You can't believe people these days.
Darth has switched the lights back to red.
They're red. He's very dark for a Wookiee.
It's Darth Furbaka, Dana. Of course he's going to be red. Right? Yes, dark. Yeah.
Oh. Very dark.
This is the whole. This is her tequila sunrise moment.
Actually, it's all the original members except for they have a guitarist for not James, the other one, and he's there and he does come out and play, but he's had health issues, so he can't be on stage the whole time.
So what, he did like 1 or 2 songs. with
Yeah,
them?
he did a couple of songs. So they have that, but everybody else, Dennis DeYoung, Tommy Shaw, same drummer. What's his name? I'm blanking on all the names because my brain has a really tough time shifting sometimes from when I have to think about what I'm cooking to something else that requires brain power. Maybe it's just because I'm getting old. I don't know. So, oh, you got your win in Fortnite Star Wars collab. Wow. Wow. If you got the money, honey, I got the time. Fancy wooden spoons with words on it from ours. I probably don't need another wooden spoon. That's all I can say is because Jedi, I am tricked out with all the stuff that Jedi got me and sent me. So, yes, I did see that they had to cancel the stuff because of that. All right, so we've got some maybe Robbie can get us to the stove can. We've got our boiling thing here. We're gonna dump the flour in here. And we're gonna start stirring this. And we're gonna keep stirring this.
Fajita, you more than dabble. You win like 90% of your matches, I think,
For what?
in Fortnite.
Oh. So we're gonna keep stirring, and we're kind of smushing it against the side.
The force is strong with Fajita Phantom.
I love them. I use them all of the time, all the time. I think I need to turn this down though. So we're gonna keep doing this. And they said, do not underbeat this. Do not. So we're gonna keep smushing it, keep smushing it.
Zool!
Zool's here. Hello, Zool. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing? All right. Somebody tell me if you think that that looks good. I know we're trying to make sure that it's kind of coming into like a ball. A ball. All right. Yeah, Robbie just wanted everybody to remember by using Nightbot that you can use, if you're on your mobile app, use the link. You can sub and get bits cheaper than if you can on the mobile app. Google and Apple don't need your money.
So it
All right.
says, I smelled food.
Excellent. We will have some eventually. All right, I need to turn that one down because we don't want our root beer to get. All right. Do we think that looks good? Those
Michael
of you
says
who've
I
made
take it off the heat at this point. The
the
fan
heat
is
is hot enough. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like I said, it's been a while. This recipe says keep it on the heat. But I'm like, it's kind of hot.
And I would have no idea.
Right. This is actually looking pretty good. It's really nice and smooth. So we'll do it for a little bit more here.
I feel like we've missed our chance to play the Just Beat It song.
Beat it. We're going to be making another pat de choux dough, so you have not. This is our sweet one. So we put a little sugar in it. Our other one is going to be a savory one. It won't have sugar in it. All right. All right. So I'm going to stick this in here. We need this to cool down before we start adding eggs to it. Because what happens if we add eggs?
Scrambled eggs.
You'll have scrambled eggs, right? Oh, this helps if I plug it in, or if Robbie plugs it in for me.
Is it Darth just jinxes you? Because Darth is in the kitchen, you
It's
forget to plug
probably
in the
that.
mixer, and then he's holding it, and you plug it in, it starts going crazy in his hand.
All right, so because I'm going to let this, cool down a little bit, and we're going to crack some eggs.
Still time to play Eat It.
Eat it. All right. We've got our free range eggs. I'm a free range egg kind of girl.
The Wookiee Juju.
So is it just egg yolks or is it is egg yolk? No, that's for the pastry cream. This is for eggs. Okay. One. You know what I like about eggs, Robbie?
What about eggs?
Oops. They're easy to count. I don't accidentally have too little or too much. Oops. I hit that
But
one
they're
on the counter
messy.
too hard.
Dana's been working out, can you tell? She's just smashing the eggs over there.
Smash.
That or she's very angry.
But we only want to put these in one at a time. We do not want to put them all in at the same time.
Yeah, I'd have to
So I
either
probably should have put these in different bowls.
crack them one at a time or put them in different bowls, or I would mess that up.
Well, we'll see if Dana messes it up or not.
I just had to put one egg in my self-serve ice cream thing, and I would mess that up.
Oh yeah, that was a mess.
Hey, big ball of yarn.
Hello, hello. Welcome in. Herman Monster of Eggs. And then leave the steamer on the burner after turning the burner off and wonder why it got mushy. Oh, ugh. I hate mushy broccoli. What are the ingredients that have gone into this, please? So far for the pastry, it's water and butter and flour, a little sugar, and a little milk. So we have water, milk, butter, sugar, and salt and we melted that, and then we added the flour, and now we're going to add the eggs. Okay, so we're going to do one of these at a time until
Hi,
it gets
Elser.
completely
How's your Friday going?
incorporated. So, Elser, hello, it's cream puff day. We're going to see. Maybe Robbie will have something to eat by the end of today. So we've got our root beer reduction going. Oh, did I turn off? I turned off the wrong burner. And I'm going to need this bowl again, so we're going to have to wash that as soon as it cools down. All right.
How are the egg prices here, Dana?
They're coming down, but still, I was able to get my bougie eggs instead of for $8.99. I was able to get them for $6.99 today. Yeah, but other things went. My sugar prices went up, so I don't know what's up with that. There's another egg yolk. Can we have a sneak taste of the dough? Maybe, but it's cream puffs.
Yeah, Elsa, we were talking earlier about how we were really waiting for this weekend, so I'm excited it's Friday for you already.
Only 199 more trade deals to go, exactly. You buy pasture, so mine are pasture raised as well. That's why I say my bougie eggs.
And Elsa, we're going to go see Alton Brown on Saturday, so it'll be a good weekend.
So we're going to do this one in the mixer, and the next one we're going to actually do in the food processor and see if we like the texture of one better over the other one. All right. So Michael is saying, don't turn this into bread dough, but it's not the consistency I want yet.
Zul's asking
At all.
what angle you crack the eggshells at.
Just a little, I don't pay attention. I don't know. I'll have to pay attention next time for you.
Usually the important part is to just use a flat surface and not like at the edge of a bowl.
Exactly. You don't want to crack the egg into the egg, right? Just in case there's anything on the outside of the egg.
Make
Here
a
it's coming
difference in
together.
taste and texture.
16, Elser. Behave. No, it does not. And you know it doesn't. You spend all your time in the refrigerator. All right, I'm going to get a pastry bag, and I don't have a really good pastry tip for this. Mine are more decorating ones, but we're going to see if it works. If not, we'll do something else. It'll all be fine. Because this is really small. It's not a nice big pastry tip. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I think this looks pretty good. What do you guys that have made pastry, made pâte à choux think? Does it look pretty good?
Looks pretty good. I saw
Dubious
you
logo,
actually-
they cracked eggs against each other and barely cooked them. Fancy cream puffs coming, we hope. We hope that we have cream puffs coming. Robbie is definitely hoping that, as am I. All right, we're gonna try and put these in a bag. Get that off there. It looks about right. Yeah, it's not quite like a bread dough, but it's more than a batter. Color's good. The color of your pastries looks so much better when you use good eggs.
Zul has officially called dibs on licking the mixing spoon.
It's not very interesting. I mean, like, yet. All right. Now, I was reading some stuff on cream puffs, and they said, obviously you want to put your parchment on your baking sheet, but then to put a blank, an empty one underneath it. I'm guessing that helps prevent the bottoms from getting burned, because it reminds me of the cookie sheets they used to make when I, years ago, when I first got married, the first time around. And they had air in between the layers. So it was like a double layer, but there was air in between it. It was supposed to help prevent things from burning. So we'll see. I appreciate your guys' help when I'm doing something new, especially. Did Dana get it right?
Because I won't be helping.
Robbie
I
would not
just
be
make things
zero
worse.
help whatsoever.
Also, they wet their finger and push down the little tip that forms out of the pastry bag when you pipe it out.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I wanted these to hopefully be a little prettier than the other ones I don't really care about, because they're gonna kind of be like having a pulled pork sandwich is kind of my thought behind the other ones, because we're gonna split the other ones. I don't know if we're splitting these or not.
Each
All right.
one will have a little tip that can burn.
Oh, yes, so we can take a spoon. You can also take a spoon and wet the spoon down and do that. Are more skill than you're willing. I get you, Lucretia. I don't usually do this. It just happens to be the challenge on one of the Discords this month. So I thought, you know what, this is something I could actually use some practice on.
I'm ready to just take it straight from the pastry bag.
It doesn't taste good yet. Don't you want like a root beer pastry cream and some whipped cream?
I mean, yes, but I also want it now. And when you're not patient, bad things happen, Dana.
Do you see how my tech guy is making me carry all the heavy equipment?
I didn't make her do anything. I didn't know she needed it moved until she moved it. So.
All right, let's see if Dana can do this. All right, a little bowl with some water in it. In case we need it. All right, ready? Yeah, this tip is so small.
She did try it before she put the stuff in the bag. She had a taste.
So we need to start this one first because it's going to take a little longer than the other one, I think.
Taking pieces out of the pan while you're cooking.
Huh? So see, this pastry tip is just not the right pastry tip for this. So these are going to be, it's coming out the sides.
But you're right, Michael. There's almost always a block of cheese available. It's fine. It's fine, Dana. Everything's fine.
It's coming out the sides. Here, we'll do this. How about if we do...
Do the sound effects help?
Yes. Who here agrees that sound effects help? They're different sizes too. This is pathetic, but it's okay. They're going to be delicious. They're just not going to win any awards. Some of these are huge.
You just want to make sure that there's a size for everybody, I think. They're all unique.
I'm going to see which one comes out best. That's what I'm going
Your
for.
sounds sound like the guy from Police Academy. This is sad. It's fine. Everything is fine. Can we TTS sound effects? I mean, maybe. It's turned on if it's 100 bits or more. We'll see what the lady sounds like. No piping bag explosions.
Hello, Lanix. You'll take 5 to go. Well, but you might want to wait and see how they turn out.
But sometimes you just can't wait that extra 10 minutes, you know? And I feel like I'm in that window right now.
Are you? All right, I got to get more stuff in here. Oops. And now, how am I going to do this? You can tell I'm not a pastry chef.
That's true, Michael. If they were too small or whatever, you could just put it right back in the bag and do it all over again.
We don't know if it's too small. That's
I was
the
going to
thing.
say, Dana's look said, or not.
Or not.
Or just go with it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Hey, Lanix.
'Cause who
You'll take
knows?
5 to go.
Not yet. All right, let's see here.
Aren't they going to bake differently because of the size?
It is possible and likely, but that's what we're going to decide is it better to have them small or is it better to have them big? I don't know.
What about near or far, Dana?
Near or far? I'm not sure how that applies here, but I do like
it's
that
just the
Grover
voice I
book.
was hearing in my head was you saying that.
Oh, near or far? All right.
Maybe hold it on an angle and pipe it. Is the dough soft enough that filling gets piped straight in, or do they get cut and filled?
That's what we're going to decide. I think that we're going to slice them and do it more like a profiterole, to put the stuff on the pastry cream in the middle.
Go big or go home.
So this is what we're doing. They're supposed to make 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2,
So that's
3, 4,
21 already.
20, 21. So these are smaller than maybe the recipe thought they should be.
That does sound like a Texas mindset. Did you ever see the SNL bit they did about hunting Muppets?
I did not.
It sounds like that'd be up Dana's alley, though. Especially if animals involved.
Eat drums, eat drums. No, we beat drums, animal.
Eat drums!
Beat drums? Ah! Beat drums, beat drums. My kids made me do voices all the time. Here, what if we make these a little... bigger that way. Looks like spaghetti.
This feels very much like a work in progress, Dana.
It definitely. Dana needs some practice doing these, but that's why you guys are here. You get to see the mistakes. You get to tell me, and we get to have fun doing it.
Where's the beaker impression?
Me.
I need more than that, sorry.
Me. I had an ornament that sang a Christmas song that was People who don't know me are going to tune in and go, what the? All right. That's what we're going with, people. Let me wash my hands because there's a lot of dough on my hands.
Apparently all the Muppets did the Ode to Joy cover.
There's one that is just Beaker.
And
It
we
is
get to
only
clip
Beaker.
and shenanigans to help you go viral, like Kai said.
The Bohemian Rhapsody one is awesome. But yes, there is just a Beaker one as well. And he's looking at himself like in it. All right, let's tap down the tops of these so they don't get burned. Maybe we can make them look a little weirder. I was gonna say nicer, but they're probably just gonna look weirder. I'm okay
It's
with
just
that.
speaker with layered tracks.
It is. But it's awesome. Like this one's going to be really flat. We probably didn't want that, but that's what's going to happen. And I will learn from my mistakes. I learn more from messing things up than I do from getting things right. And I used to be a person who thought I had to be perfect or do things really good the first time I did them. So the Kermit clip singing Rick Astley, I don't remember it. All right, so these are gonna go into which oven do I need for this one? This one goes into a 400-degree oven.
Speaking of him, though, I still need to play the clip for Dana because she hasn't heard it. Ain't ever gonna hit that note.
The what?
Ain't ever gonna hit that note.
Is that what it says?
That's what the other song version of it's called.
Oh, okay, hang on, I gotta read this. Place baking sheet in the oven and turn the oven off. Bake 10 minutes with the oven off, turn oven back on to 350 and bake another 10 minutes, then turn the oven off again, leaving the cream puffs to finish baking for another 10 minutes. Resist the urge to open the oven.
I feel like that one's speaking to me.
Which one?
Resist the urge to
Open the oven? That was for you, yes. All right, so we're going to put these in the oven and apparently turn the oven off. Cancel upper, timer 10. Cannot forget to turn the timer for this or we will not get what we want. All right, our reduction is still reducing because we need to reduce it down to about 4-ish ounces. So I'm gonna wash this real quick because I really need to make the pastry cream as soon as I can so it can cool down because we don't want to put warm pastry cream on our cream puff. And of course, because it's flour and water in here, it's like glue. It's like paper mache, remember? Paper mache?
I don't think I ever had to mess with that stuff.
You never did paper mache?
I don't think so.
Oh, we got to do that on stream sometime. All right, so while I'm washing this and drying this.
Is the goal to reduce without burning the sugar?
Yes, that's why we're doing it low and slow. Low and slow. So, before we left town, I think it was actually the stream right before we left town maybe, we talked briefly about maybe doing a community cookbook. Are you guys still on board for that? Will you guys help out by sending me recipes that we can cook on stream that you're willing to let get put into a Dana's Kitchen community cookbook? I think that would be fun. And we can also do I think I want to have Robbie cook something out of Date Night In's cookbook because they sound delicious. And I think they're things that Robbie can do in the kitchen as well. Because they're not overly complicated like me. I'm overly complicated. So the food to be ready and showed it. No, you cannot expect that. If there's some themes to the recipes, you can send some. Ooh, excellent. Like, if you were like, I need somebody to cook me something. Oh, did one of my things fall off of the refrigerator? Darth, you're such a troublemaker. Stay on there. All right, let's think of some themes. Like one pot, sheet pan, easy. Ooh, that's a good idea. A craft stream, and you'd start with a balloon and the string soaked in paper mache lanterns to make the lanterns. I used to do that with my kids. I was thinking, we'll come up with something. I think it would be fun. What are some themes? So we've got the like one pot, sheet pan, easy kind of recipes. What else? Minecraft burgers, chicken jockey. Okay. I don't want to, roasting pan. Okay. I want to make sure that we're not using other, like any published recipes. If we've got something and you're like, hey, here's a published recipe, but I think it would be better if we did this, we can take it and make it our own. But one thing I hate is, I just saw, I'm trying to remember who it was. Burgers, risottos. The Wookiee jumps off the fridge, he wants you to bend over. Yes, exactly, Sparkling Jewel.
Thank you, Suki.
Piñata, that's what I was thinking is a piñata, is make a piñata. Of course, our piñata will have to be easy and simple because I don't know how to make shapes. Do we know somebody crafty who could do that part for us? I don't know. All right, time to make the second pat of choux. All right, I'm going to do one that's America's Test Kitchen.
Change these 12 things. 8 of 10 ones. Round is a shape, Dana. That's
Round
true.
is a shape. It is a shape. We could do a round one. It's kind of boring.
Or mostly round.
Maybe we could do like a sun, something like a sun.
Here comes the sun.
Da 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 da.
Here comes the sun.
Da 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 da. It's all right. Do 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 do. All right.
I swear we don't rehearse. Can you tell?
And maybe Robbie will come up with a recipe to make for us for a drink. Where is the recipe I want? Add the milk, butter, and salt to a sauce. Is this the right one I want? Move all of the flour. Okay,
Just
wait.
depends on what part of the recipe we're replacing.
Milk, butter, salt, flour, eggs. Okay, let's see this one. I wrote down this recipe, but then I've been doing other things and I didn't write down the directions, just the things.
Jedi can play that song on guitar.
You can. We really didn't celebrate Cinco de Mayo because both of us had to work the next day.
Hi, Neil.
So hi, Neil. Robbie is in the background. I took guitar lessons. I could do a little bit. F chords I hate, and because my fingers aren't big enough to do a full F chord.
Dana, if you get me a plastic guitar, I can belt out some songs.
Robbie thinks that playing like Guitar Hero or Rock Band is playing the guitar. Say cottage cheese. What? Dana's new kitchen? New-ish. 2018.
Well, Zul's talking about the recipes that if it's a published thing, but we change something
But we
out.
changed cottage cheese, replaced with, sure, but like, anyway. Or just come up with, if you don't have a recipe, come up with something you're like, you know what, I really like this, but I don't like this about it. How can we make it better? You didn't celebrate either due to work, however your neighbors did, so you lost sleep. Oh no. As a sports reporter, I did do some sports reporting. I did. I worked actually at in Rochester, New York, in the sports department at one of the channels. And I kid you not, the reporters' names, the two head people over there, their names were Rich Funky and Bill Pucko. That's what their names were. Nobody believes me, but it's true.
I don't believe you.
Mm-hmm. See?
Christina tells stories all the time. So.
They're like, oh no, it sounds like you need to get out of that neighborhood. That's not good. All right, where's my recipe here? I wanted to try this other way to do this. And Dana.
There's a very popular pizza streamer in Rochester. Is that PPG, Mike, that you're talking about? Yeah. Yeah, we saw
Yeah,
her. We saw her
PPG.
at the Twitch cons.
Funky Rich. She's Italian. Funny, that is so weird that she's Italian and she's making pizzas.
Yeah, I got you, time okay. Oh, don't worry. I was on stream earlier. If you want to go back, there were some clippable moments
Yes.
of some new props that happened during the hype train.
Her famous dad in Providence. Okay, hang on. What does it tell me to do here? I've got the ingredients. I watched it. Cooking the dough over low heat. So just right, I got that. Processed dough. Add eggs. All right, well, it's no different except I'm using the food processor, so we'll do that.
I see we got 1 minute on the oven timer. That's exciting.
Okay, and what was I supposed to do then? I was supposed to turn it back on to 350, right?
We're just not supposed to open it?
Don't open it.
How's the food in the oven? Well, there's
Don't
the oven.
open it.
Can you see?
The food is, the cream puffs we've got in there right now are in the top oven. And you may, I don't know if you can see it from there, you probably can't. It's off. So in 40 seconds, we're gonna put it on 350 for 10 minutes. And then we're gonna turn it off again. And that's the 30 minutes it's gonna cook in there. Now I have seen some recipes that say, hey, if you're gonna put something in the middle of these, cut the top a little bit, let the steam go, and stick them in the oven with the oven off so that it dries out the middle a little bit so it doesn't get soggy. Because, right, that's the thing about a cream puffs. You don't want it to get soggy. And I've eaten some bad cream puffs. So,
There you guys go.
there they are.
Can I produce a show or what?
You are such a great producer. I mean, it's true. It's true that it takes two. All right, let's put, this is the upper oven bake, 350, start, timer, 10 minutes, start. Look, I did everything right there, Robbie. Crazy, I did it right. They look poofy, which is what they're supposed to look. But they're not really poofing that much, but maybe they will with the heat.
I'll just stand here and hold the camera for you guys for the next hour.
I don't
It's
know.
fine.
We'll see. So this one has 2 eggs, 1 egg white, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 cup of water, 2 tablespoons butter, a little cayenne, and then adding in only 1/2 cup of AP flour. So we're gonna give this one a try. All right, so I don't need to weigh anything for this one because this is written in American units
American.
and freedom units. All right, so we probably don't want to add the egg whites in here.
It's nice when the tech works, Dana.
I feel like this is too small of a recipe. So I'm gonna use this one instead. All right. So we're going to use water, butter, and this one, okay, I can do this one in freedom units if I want to.
So it was like, don't open. Yeah, I was kind of tempted while I was over there. I really can't be trusted.
All right, 1/2 cup of water, or it said 1/2 water, 1/2 milk. See, this also seems too small because the other one was 4 eggs. Yeah, we're gonna do 2 of these. So we'll do 1/2 water, 1/2 milk. 1/2 cup, 1/2 cup. Because we're gonna make these a little bit bigger so that we can have our, make it more like a mini pulled pork slider kind of thing, okay? And we're gonna use 1/4 cup unsalted butter, except we're not. We're gonna use 1/2 cup, which is 8 tablespoons, right?
I agree, Jedi.
What is it? Camera stand. Because it could have gone very badly. Thank you for thinking it out. Don't worry, we say lots of things around here, and we're like, maybe don't say that.
And for anyone that may have just gotten in here, there's the link to the user voice. That's if you can go vote that up and leave a comment why you love food and drink, that'd be very helpful.
Absolutely. I'm going to be talking to him next Friday. We need some salt.
I like how I found out about you talking to them on the stream.
No, I told you about this.
Is this one of those things you say that you told me and I just didn't hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently it is. I 100% told you. So we need a cup of flour. I'm going to do this wrong again. I just want to have it ready to go. Fine.
In one ear and out the other. For me, listening to you, in one ear, out the other.
Apparently.
Saw me last evening. Yeah, I know Kanara did talk to them. She's probably talking to them again.
She talked to him on last Tuesday.
So I think she was pretty excited about, they actually reached out to her this time instead of the other way around.
They reached out to me.
So,
Hey, guess what?
progress.
I'm going to have you grate some cheese
What?
because it's your favorite thing to do.
Can I just go back to holding the camera again? That's
There you go.
easier.
I need approximately
All of it.
2/3 cup.
Yeah, I saw one fake article about, nope, it's not a new pope, it was just someone burning toast. Give me the KitchenAid cheese attachment. Ooh, now we're talking.
I have that. Well, do I have
What?
that one? No, I have the slicer.
I was about
Maybe
to
I have
say,
that one too.
you've been holding
I
out
have
on
a
me?
food. I do have that. You can go get it, and then you can figure out how to use it if you would like. Totally up to you.
What if I just debate back and forth whether or not to do that?
You
For
mean
what-
like an Amazing Race? the
Yes.
other night? Who thinks
3 blades
it
to
would be
swap.
fun if Robbie and I did Amazing Race? Anybody? Would that be fun? Would you watch? Would you miss us while we're gone?
Don't worry, I swear to treat Dana better than some of the people on the show.
There's
I think Dana's
there's one
family
guy,
therapist is kicking
and
in.
I'm like, if you ever talk to me like that, you don't even want to know what's going to happen.
Well, if you would just drive the right way, Dana. I mean,
Let's do it. Let's see here. Yours has, okay, double the, yours has 3 blades to swipe. Yes, I have the ice cream one. It's not great for small pieces. Okay, mine's got like a little food processor thing and it's got different blades, but it's not really a food processor. It looks like one, but it's really a grater and you can put stuff in it.
how much of this cheese?
That was my snap decisions. I wouldn't actually, Robbie and I travel really well together. That's the thing. And we may argue a little bit, but it's not terrible.
Certainly nothing like the current show.
Like he's like, you messed that cheese up. You did this. You did that. And it's like, dude, like, what
Asking
is
for-
your part in this?
God, please give me patience with this woman.
Yeah, that's what he said. God, give me patience with this woman. And I was like,
I think that was where Dana was ready to jump through
violence.
the TV.
I'm resorting to violence. But on a times challenge, you've never watched a single minute of the show. I actually really like the show, Jedi. I think it's fun. What's the last off-stream argument we had?
Us?
We disagree, but we don't really fight or argue. So we'll disagree about stuff, but we're pretty good. It's been a while. It's been a while. Mr. Spreadsheet wouldn't make fast choices. I think he would make a faster. So this team, they had to taste cheese, and they had 9 cheeses, and they would taste it in one place, and they'd have to go to the other, and they'd have to list them all, and they were all French. So you had to know the full name of the cheese, not just that it's, you know, brie, but what kind of brie it is. And then they had the pass, what do you call it?
Express pass.
The express pass. And she was like, I think we should just skip this one, but it's up to you.
And Dana very clearly at the end of the show is just like, yeah, I'd just be like, we're using it, let's go.
Yeah. Like she should have said, I really think we need to use it. What do you think? But instead she goes, it's up to you. And they almost got kicked out. And they used it like too late.
How much cheese did you need, Dana?
About 2/3 a cup. To the newlywed game.
So convert 2/3 of a cup to how much on a plate?
I don't know. I'm
I don't-
busy doing this.
I don't know either. Look at us, we agree.
This is about what our fights are like.
Like, I don't know what you need from me right now.
But why would we want to talk about when we get really mad at each other? It just
5
doesn't
pounds? Zool wants 5 pounds. Well, I got some bad news. I think this block is only about 2 pounds.
It was a 2-pound block, but there wasn't. But we'd already used about half it. That's plenty. That's plenty.
Let the record show that Dana has said that's
Oh, I
plenty.
turned the wrong burner off again. Dang it. Let's turn this one off.
Dana, would you stop getting distracted over there?
I'll try, but these people are so distracting. All right.
Cheese. Anybody want cheese? Have some cheese.
So again, this is not something I'm an expert in, and we're just going to do our best and see what comes out on the how they come out. So you get to see me practice making something new. All right. Oh, can you plug this in for me, please, sweetie? See, here's where you can go, no, and I'm mad at you. All right. So, oh, I got to go turn the oven off. Hang on. Cancel upper. Ooh, they're starting to get nice and brown.
See
And
if
they
I,
are starting to puff a little bit, so
see if I can
that's
show those off
puff
again.
a little bit, so that's good. All right. We're doing this. We're trying to get some of the steam out of here before we put the eggs in. I very wisely have not cracked all the eggs in here so that I don't have to sit there with the spoon putting them in there one at a time. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of pulse this for a second and let that steam escape. I do it without this part on, but my thing won't work without that part on. So they'll be more dense compared to the whipped ones. They say these are fluffier, so we're gonna see if that is true or not. Okay, because these recipes were really pretty similar as far as the dough. The other one has sugar in it, but when I look at what's in them, it's really the same. So they said do this, get some of that steam out. And we'll put a few herbs and stuff into the dough. We're also going to put that cheese in there because I thought the cheese would be really good with the pulled pork. We'll get some of that cheesy, so like a gougere. So it'll be like a gougere, but with like a pulled pork mixture in the side. And then I'm going to do some pickled red onions that we're going to do next here. Let's make some pickled red onions. What else do I have? Ooh, I wanted to make a corn puree so that we have like kind of like it's a little side dish. over here with him. Okay, so let's put one in here and pulse that. We still have a pastry cream to make, don't worry. Actually, we can do this. So again, we're just gonna see, does it look and taste like a cream puff?
I can't do that easily from here. I'd have to get rid of all of them. I don't want to do that to you.
Ah! So again, this is Test Kitchen, and if you're unfamiliar with America's Test Kitchen, they take recipes and they try all different ways to make it. They are affiliated with Milk Street.
Thank you.
All right, now everybody.
Your mods are the best, Dana.
Are they? Thank you, Lucretia Pop. All right. We're gonna add some cheese in here.
That's your mod action for the year. That's fair.
Now you can use any kind of cheese, like your typical Gruyere is gonna have a Gruyere in it, which is yummy. We'll get that mixed in. Oh, how much did this want? A third. Okay, so we're good. We'll leave that. We can put some of that on the plate. Maybe we can try. I've never tried to make a. Let's see here. What's that dough look like? Oh, it looks good. Look at this dough. Look at how pretty that looks. It looks great. Okay.
We'd center it more, but that's literally as long as the cord is.
But you know what?
Oh.
Why is that so bad?
It was perfect.
But it wasn't, because I couldn't see the
Now
dough.
it's off. Oh, it hurts me.
I like to annoy tech people. I used to be a tech person, so people
Why
used
would
to
you
annoy
want
me.
cheese in a cream puff, Dana?
Because we're doing a savory one. So I'm going to add, on top of that, because of what we're making, I'm going to add a little, let's add a dash of cayenne pepper in there. Just a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes with the Twitch report at the end of the year, I kind of feel called out when it's like, you were on Twitch 300 plus days this year.
Was there a day you were not on Twitch last year, or were you on 3?
I supposedly missed 1 or 2.
Oh. And then let's put a little garlic powder
It's
in
been
there.
a lot less lately between vacation and new job.
I'll put a little, that's garlic powder, so I'll put a little garlic powder in there. Now you can put some fresh herbs in there if you've got them. So let's get that mixed up in there. Because if you put some herbs in there, what's really nice is you get some texture to it. You get a little green and all of that. Well, we don't have that, so.
I like how it looks like it's still moving.
It does, a little bit. Okay. So I think for this one, rather than the piping bag, let's do a different technique for this.
Is it the spoon method?
Did I forget to turn the timer?
There was no timer.
Fucking. How long has it been?
Anybody know how long ago she was over at the oven?
I'd rather have them in a little longer than not long enough. You're only on 5 hours a year. Well, we miss you, Lucretia. We really do. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take some of this out of here and we're gonna put that on here. Whoops, I almost missed. Look how good I'm doing
You
so
had
far.
one job, Dana.
You know what, you get over here and you do it.
What's that, Rocky? You need assistance? Timmy's
that.
trapped in the well again? Sorry, Dana, I have to go rescue Timmy.
I see, I see.
Because as good as Lassie was, she couldn't actually rescue the poor kid, I guess.
That's true.
Zool's guess is 10 minutes.
All right, so maybe we need to pull them out here. Let me get these on here. Because again, I'd rather have them in there because we want them to dry out.
You know, if we were smart, Dana, we could use your free channel points to redeem something as a backup timer, and then it'll tell us how long ago that was.
That would be
Of course, that still
great.
remembers, you know, makes us remember to do something. and
You
we're gonna
you
do
still
that.
have to
Just set
remember
the
to
timer.
Exactly. If anybody wants to be my mod as a timer, I know Kanara has Athena Cat, does timing occasionally. Suki is a timer in there.
Ooh, time okay has shifted the lights to blue.
Ooh, moody. Let's get a little more on there. Exactly, Zool. So if you're doing a real gorget, they're gonna be more round. You want them to be a little more round. I love how you're like a dog in that whenever somebody redeems that, you have to go get the actual goat. You know, just like whenever I say dinner to Rocky, he goes with his tongue. I might have to have other baking sheets here.
I used that for an alarm once. It scared the crap out of you when it went off.
All right. All right.
They got bigger, Dana.
They did. They puffed up. Because that's why you add water to it, right? You add water into it because as water evaporates, it starts to make things puff. All right. I think let's make a couple of these a little bit bigger. I want these to be a little bit bigger cream puffs. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll try.
It creates steam.
It does create steam. Exactly. Just like it's kind of the liquid in our butter when we're doing like anything with a laminated dough to make those layers. We're putting it in between a lot of layers so that as the butter melts and then the liquid in it starts to steam, it makes the layers and you get all of those lovely little layers. Okay, let's take these out before we put the other ones in, so I'm not trying to do 2 at a time. They look pretty for the most part. Here, we'll put them here. Look at that. That looks pretty good. All right, so we definitely want to get some of the steam out of there. We're gonna stick them back in the oven. So we'll take just a little knife here.
Oh, Dana's favorite part, she gets to stab things.
And then we'll make our pastry cream. I'm putting them on the side too because I don't want them on I don't want it on the top.
If you need an alarm clock, I recommend a Sonic Boom.
I've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one, but I've gotten to wake up to that for real in Florida before. So.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean a real sonic boom?
Yes. Hey, Luminology.
Luminology, hello. Hello,
Still at
hello.
work, just drop an alert. Well, we appreciate that.
We love it.
Sparkling Jewel says those look great.
They look pretty good. They look better than I thought they would. I'm gonna stick them back in the oven. Where did I put my oven
They
mitt?
somehow look more uniform than.
Except for this one. This one is a giant. But it's fine. All right, I think this is probably reduced enough. I'm just gonna
Hello
stick
again,
this
big ball of yarn.
back in. We'll make sure all the steam is gone.
Would you like a timer this time, Dana?
Sure, that would be great. Let me see what this calls for.
Hey, megabytes.
Sure. Hello, how are you, Megabytes? All right, I'm not doing that. I did that. Bake 20 minutes. So this wants it to be 350 degrees. So the other one, though, we're gonna try this one. That is 14 to 20 minutes, turn off the oven. So if somebody could put a timer for, ooh, I forgot to knock these down. Let's do that real quick. I'm gonna do it right in the oven because that's really
you
safe.
went to the chiropractor.
Oh, I need to get back to you with dates, Megabytes. Megabytes has agreed to be my guinea pig. I mean, I didn't tell him he was going to be a guinea pig, but he's agreed to do it
Well,
anyway.
I'm familiar with how your process works, Dana.
Here is a thought of what I'd like to do is about once every couple of months, I'm going to do something that's a dinner party and have somebody actually here. They can help me cook. They cannot help me cook, but we're cooking foods for them. So I haven't done it yet because we're going to need like a little eating place over here on the corner, and we're going to see if how that goes. I do have an Alexa, but it is unplugged at the moment. I have Google though. This is a mess over here. Let's clean it up.
Nothing.
Nothing to see here?
I didn't laugh.
You can make fun of me. It's fine. I may stare you down and do this. But
Clue dinner party win.
it's not a Clue dinner party. Just a dinner party. But we haven't, that's why I said, hey, Megabytes, I'm going to have to get back to you because I haven't done that part yet.
Suki's down for a Clue dinner party.
Ooh, okay. I'll think about it. Let me think about how we can make, because I know Robbie likes Clue because guess who he kind of looks like? Or so people say. I don't see it, but other people say it all the time. Okay, so I've got extra dough here. I may have to make some more cream puffs, but let's make some pastry cream.
I've
right.
had several people swear I look like Tim Curry. Might have been back when I had the goatee. That probably helped.
Oh my gosh, that goatee.
That she loved so much.
I loved it. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, I need to get a metal spoon in here so I don't crack this. I need to measure this. We should have about 4 ounces, but I think it's a little more. I don't think it's reduced quite down to where I want it. So when you reduce things down, you know, you're just concentrating the flavor. It's pretty concentrated. It's still not quite where I want it though. All right, let's start the corn. I'm gonna let that go for a couple more minutes. And then we're gonna just have to go with whatever it is. We just can't boil it because then we'll caramelize the sugars, which we don't want to do. All right, corn. Hey, guess what I found, guys? Remember last time we did the corn stuff and I could not find my corn thing?
Did Corn Stealer take
Oh,
it?
I could have had you use this to grate cheese. Oh, well.
I'm starting to think she doesn't like me.
I don't. I love you. And that's very
How do I look in
different.
fishnets? I have yet to find out, Jedi.
Ooh, we should do that.
I don't know if there's a high enough limit on Twitch for bits, Dana, to make that happen.
All right. I've worn fishnets. I was 4. Urgh.
How much for you to wear the fishnets, Dana?
Nobody wants to see that. They'd rather see you in fishnets.
I disagree. Even if I'm only speaking for myself.
All right.
She's hiding off screen again.
I am. I need to.
This
I need
is
to
why we have
clean
so
the
many
corn.
cameras. She just doesn't stay put.
This should have been apparent to you from the very first stream. When I'm like, ah. Suki's
but we
like,
were
put
using a
Robbie
phone
in
then."
fishnets. What?
I'm about a foot taller than Tim Curry.
I
See,
did
that
not
might
prep
be-
my corn.
That might be one of the reasons why people will randomly come up and be like, do I know you from somewhere?
Oh, maybe. Maybe. Like just familiar enough, but not enough to say you look like Tim Curry, huh? All right. I will tell you what I thought was expensive today. By now, I should be getting corn at like, at the very least 2 for 50 cents. I mean, two for $1. They were $1 a piece today, which seems really high. Come on. I should have started reducing. I was talking too much to you guys. All right.
Nelson. Ha ha.
Here we go. Is this easier than a knife?
It's so much easier.
I don't know if it is. That side, the cob is huge on this one. That's what the problem is. So that's not working.
See, the corn's just too big in Texas, Dana.
You think this is Texas corn?
That's what I'm going with.
I have corn juice all over me. All right. Other direction. Nope.
So good it works half the time.
It worked on the smaller sides. I need to make sure I get, if I'm going to do that, I get smaller corn. Smaller corn.
I'd have to look and see what that even is, Zool. Should I know what that is, Dana?
Frank, I don't. I think he wants you to dress like Tim.
You
Tim.
throwing corn at me?
I am. Oh my gosh. This is a disaster. Okay. Did you just throw that at me? I feel like cussing.
Half the time it works every time, just like that
That's
cologne
right.
and Anchorman.
Exactly.
Corn fight!
Is there such a thing as a corn fight? I guess there could be. Right here.
We could make it happen.
I think he wants a redemption so that you can dress like Tim Curry in whatchamacallit, as Frankfurter. Does that make sense now?
Would you believe I've never actually seen?
Oh,
I
he's
think
a virgin. I gotta take him. We took a friend. I can't tell him. He won't go if I tell him. So,
I'm aware of some of the stuff, Dana.
are you aware of what happens to virgins?
I could probably find out with Google real quick and be like, oh, look at that. We got plans that day.
We do
So
have
you
a
saw it 2
theater
years ago
here.
for the first time?
We do have a theater that does it
I'm sure we do.
a
It's
couple
very
of
big
times
town.
a year.
Zool says that they've never seen it either.
And yet you're like, dress up like somebody from there when you don't even know. Yeah.
See, this
Okay.
is where I really start to not trust Dana anymore. You know, the one that's made me dress up as a cow in public.
Oh, that was 100% your fault. You cannot blame me for that.
How was it my fault?
You're the one.
I didn't buy the costume. I
No.
didn't gift the subs.
No, but they gifted the subs because of you.
You're welcome.
So you can't blame me. Cannot. All right, so I'm gonna begin my corn puree. I'm gonna heat up some of this chicken stock in here. And we're gonna add our corn.
Yeah, I
and
have
then,
seen the Drew Carey one.
And then I'm going to actually get the blender out. So we're using all of the things today, Robbie.
All the things.
Which is great because we have to have the kitchen really clean by tomorrow. Whoops. All right, so we can unplug the food processor and now need to plug in the blender. So hopefully, I'll get this out of the way. If we build a house, I'll have more space. Like, I have a lot of space in this. It's just not great for always streaming when we're doing things like this. And we're going to need some butter.
Small appliance roulette.
Exactly. That would be great. Let's just have a big thing and everything stays plugged in and I can just turn it when I need it. All right, we're getting there. Here, let's turn this one on. And then we'll do the pastry cream. So I want to get, what did I turn on?
A giant Lazy Susan.
I think it's a perfect idea. Okay, so we're gonna heat this up. We're gonna throw the
I think
corn
that's just
in here
called a
just to heat it up.
merry-go-round.
No, it's called a
giant
Lazy
Lazy
Susan.
Susan?
It's called a Lazy Susan. I'm gonna put a little more chicken stock in here, I think. And this is this low sodium? This is low
sure
sodium, so we're
is.
probably gonna have to add some salt. So, not that much though. But that much is fine. So here we go. So we have more souvenirs from our trip. Do you think we should give away a souvenir, Robbie?
Chat, have you earned yourselves a souvenir? Probably. You've been pretty good today.
I think so. All right, for this one,
Get you one more. Oh, you could show it off here.
oh, look at those. look at how they're doing. They're looking nice and golden brown. We're gonna turn the oven off in about a minute, and then let them sit in there for another 8 to 10.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna two things come in this package. Two things, and they're completely unrelated, but two things are coming in this package. One is a Monte Carlo magnet, actually in Monte Carlo. So it's come all the way to you from Monte Carlo. And the other, when we were in Bellagio, so if you ever go to Bellagio, there is at the top street, the main street, top Main Street, and you'll know what I mean if you've never been there and you're like, what does she mean by that? You'll understand if you get there. All right, I'm gonna throw the corn in here to cook just for a little bit. It doesn't need to cook a lot. Oh, that would be something that doesn't need to cook. There is at the top of the hill, there's a wood shop that's been there for over 100 years. It's been there, I don't even know how long. I'd have to go back and look at my notes again. Anyway, this is a risotto spoon that they made all the way from Bellagio. So it's great because with risotto, it's good to have a spoon that has a little hole in it. You'll see that you can make risotto without one, but why not have a spoon with a heart in it that was handmade in Bellagio? So Robbie is gonna give you a thing to do. Aren't you, Robbie?
Yes.
Oh wait, those are the wrong ones. Okay, wait. Cancel lower.
What are you doing?
I know. You were showing the first round that we made, not the second round. The second round is in the bottom oven because they're bigger. So that's what we're gonna do. He knows his assignment. So he's going to put in exclamation point trip.
So it's both things?
Yes. Spoon and magnet. For the spoon and the magnet. I can give it to you when you, I still have your stuff from Christmas or January when I really did the stuff. So I still have it.
It won't let me pin the message.
What? Why won't it let you pin the
I
message?
don't know. Well, Kanara was having a heck of a time yesterday with things getting flagged by Automod for no reason.
Really? Huh.
So who knows?
And I should turn that off because I'm not using it now. And we're going to
Let's see
throw
if it'll
some
let
butter.
me do this one. There we go.
So we'll do that for a couple of minutes and then we'll...
Yeah, you guys are in there. If you already did it, it's already up there. Don't worry about that. You don't have to do it more than once.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself.
So far, I see we got Sweets, Suki, Megabytes, Luminology, Zool, and Michael.
See what I'm doing with this next. Because it's good, but it's more like corn soup. So how about if we put some cheese in there?
Got you in there, big ball of yarn.
We'll do some cheese. I have a lot of pots today. Oh, that one's on. Why is that one on? I was like, where's that noise coming from?
Dana's really been having trouble with the burners today. There's only 4.
Oh, and then I'm gonna put in, just to thicken it up a little bit, we'll,
Yes.
put some masa in there. to help thicken it up some. I don't want a lot, but enough. All right.
It's not like it's our first time cooking on the stove. Yeah, that was always an extra challenge when we would cook on road trips and stuff, is what did they even have available to cook with? And then learning how to use the different things in there that they did have.
It's still like a little corn soup, but you know what? I've got an idea on how I can plate that, so we're gonna go with it. Oh. It's still not quite the consistency I want, but I'm gonna do something different with it rather than sit here and play with an ingredient I was just adding. All right, we've got to make a pastry cream, so guess what? I gotta clean the same pot out again. This is the time when I wish I had more pots. I have a lot of pans.
And these are good enough that Dana doesn't even really need a mute. But
So we'll go ahead and start making our pastry cream. I'm gonna turn this off so it can cool just a little bit. And I've got to pickle some red onions.
so Megabytes, the receiver we keep plugged into the computer. And then, yeah, the 2 mics are just wireless. When they're brand new, they're supposed to last for a good, 4 to 6 hours, depending on use. We can still usually get a good 3 hours out of them. We do have a second set now for when we have other people in the kitchen.
All right, I need to let
make sure
this
still
sit.
work.
This is like glue in here, so we're gonna let it sit for a second in some water.
And yes, it just plugs into a USB port.
All right, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. And
So no subathon.
see if we're now
At least
closer.
not right now, Zool.
That's pretty close. There's only a little bit extra in there. So we got it reduced down from 24 ounces to about 4.
It's pretty good.
So I think we're good on that. I just need to soak this pot before I can make the pastry cream. So while we're doing that,
And
let's
would you say
super
that
quick.
That was on there for what, maybe an hour and a half? You had that going a while.
About an hour and a half. Low and slow. Low and slow. All right, let it slice some red onion. Where did I put that? Oh, I had it behind me.
I feel like we need a knife alert whenever you pull out the Johnson knife.
I think these are good here. Okay.
She's
what
only
did I
used this
come over
once
here?
on stream and not cut herself.
But I have not cut myself other times.
Yeah, but it's a whole different thing when you're on stream and you gotta pay attention and.
All right.
Well,
Which,
both, Michael.
what? Quick red onion pickle.
That thing is extra sharp.
It's super, super sharp. Red onions, white vinegar, water, cane sugar, sea salt. Okay. We're gonna use.
Absolutely, Jedi. I react now to her using that knife as if it's a mandolin.
All right, so we're gonna heat up this little sugar. I like to look things up while I'm doing it, even though I do things like quick pickles a lot, because I tend to have to forget something when I'm doing it. So I want to make sure, hey, where'd you go? Da, 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 come back here. Man, okay, hang on. Come back. Just so I don't forget anything, because I have a tendency to forget stuff when I do it too fast.
What? You?
I do. So we've got
Hey, Baker Buke.
a little sugar and a little salt, vinegar, red onions. That's what we're going to do. We're going to heat that. This is a mess in here, by the way, everybody.
When did you want to do the giveaway, Dana?
Oh, we got to do the giveaway. I don't know. Everybody, 60 more seconds. Exclamation point trip for the giveaway. How's that? Let's do that. 60 more seconds, and then Robbie's going to do the thing. That'll be about what it takes me to maybe prep and slice these red onions. I was going to try and be bougie and pretty, but now we're just going to be practical. Let's be practical.
No worries, sweets. We'll let you know if you win.
Yes, yeah, we'll let you know. If you win, I'll message you, whisper you, and you'll just need to get me. I may have your address. I can't remember if I've sent something to you before. So, because after taking the corner of my thumb, oh no! Hello, Automod. Since you're cooking for the Rick Martinez book, not going to hope to try his new book. I know he's got Salsa Daddy. Is that the one you're talking about? And it's been great. So are you talking about Salsa Daddy? I want to get that one. It'll be on my birthday list. So this is going to be a real quick pickle with these. Michael, thank you so much for resubscribing. You know we love having you here. Robbie's going to make you a thing as soon as he runs the giveaway. As soon as he does the 20 other things he's doing.
All right, we're ready for this, chat.
Are we ready? Everybody
Last
ready?
chance if you're not in there. Exclamation point trip.
Exclamation point trip. You knew you'd get flagged. I'm gonna put a couple of peppercorns in here too. All right, you ready? Do you have a sound effect?
I do.
All right, here we go, everybody. And big ball of yarn! You have won! Yay! So make sure you get me your information. You can whisper it to me or message it to me in Discord. And then that way we can, I can get it sent to you. So, well, congratulations. Time okay? I was off almost all of April because Robbie and I were in Europe for 3 weeks. So we did not stream during that time. But I've been back on since we've been back. All right. This is just a super quick pickle. It's not going to be anything great. I want to put it into something not metal, however. So let's, if you're putting hot liquid into glass or crystal or anything like that, make sure, if it's hot, that you've got a spoon or something. Of course, my onions aren't going in there. Come on, onions, go.
Don't forget to send your tax return info to claim your price.
Say what? Oh, on your tax returns. I think you're safe. I think you're safe.
Did you answer the Italy again question?
What was it? Italy again. We went to Italy, France, and UK this time. And we got engaged, if you hadn't heard the news. Because a lot of people, for some reason, think that we're already married. But we're not. Do you see the mess I've made?
I'm trying not to.
Look at the mess you've made. All right.
Did y'all see the king?
See the what?
Which king?
Which king?
I don't know. I still get, Megabyte says I still have time to run.
I can't hear. What was that? Oh, we fight like a merry fight. Sometimes, yeah. Megabytes. If I'm cooking you food, do you think it's good to make the cook mad? We're so real Olive Garden food. Yes. The real stuff. All right, we're about to make a, I gotta make sure the pan's really clean this time though. Since we're making a pastry cream.
I do miss all the good food over there.
Hmm?
I do miss all the good food we had on the trip.
Oh yeah. We did have some good food. But I made you some of it again.
You did.
So what I'd like to do next week, next Thursday, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the mother sauces of Rome. I did that a couple of years ago. And just to show you, like, here's the first mother sauce, which is cacio e pepe. Then we add guanciale to it, and all of a sudden we have gricia. And then we add an egg to it, and we've got carbonara. Now we have, take the egg out, but we add tomato sauce. We have amatriciana.
Oven check. And does Michael still need a thing? Do you have a color preference, Michael?
Oh, Michael still needs a thing, yes. You can pick a color or just let it be whatever you want.
Or just let Stanley pick for you. Money green.
Money green. Okay, it's going to be a star then, because I don't think the Starburst have.
Where'd they go?
They're over here
Oh.
by you.
By me, as in behind the monitor to where I couldn't see them.
Still by you.
Green, 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 green.
All right, for the pastry
Looking for the
cream
money
in a
green.
heat-proof bowl.
Ooh, there's only one of those left.
The green.
Yeah.
That's going to be the. So then we're doing the milk and the root beer reduction. Okay.
Carbonara is so good.
So good. So good, so good.
I mean, for me, probably the Italian cuisine, but the French food was amazing.
Well, and to be fair, Nice is really a mix of some French food, some Italian food, because it's so close to the border. And Nice used to be part of Italy. So it has it's a mixture of both. So on the menus there, you didn't see just French food. There was always Italian food on the menu as well. 1/4 cup cornstarch. Oh, my 1/4 cup is dirty. All right, we're gonna make pastry cream. So the first thing we're gonna do
Nice.
is get
Nice. A nice Nice.
Exactly.
Nice is nice.
Here, you want to put that away?
Michael, here I am trying to get your star up on the fridge.
Do that, and then get the cheese put away, please. All right, I got the cornstarch. Here it is. It's a lot of dishes to do. And I want you to remember, this is me not doing everything I was going to do tonight. I was like, I once
Dana
again
be crazy.
put way too many things that I'm going to cook tonight. So, all right. So we're going to, oh no, this goes in here. Cornstarch. Woo.
You would never do escargot? Yeah, that's not my favorite.
If it's cooked right, it's yummy for me.
Although we were pretty good on the small little foods that we tried on the tour.
We had like sardines and sour, things like that. We went to this one little place in Nice that was tapas, and we went back a second time because there was tons of stuff we wanted to try. But after about 5 plates, it was tough to have any more after that. But do not call Cicchetti Venetian tapas. They will cut you. All right, so we have cornstarch and
Like
sugar.
the lady that gave us the tour literally got unfriended just for breaking her spaghetti in half. And she wasn't kidding.
All right. I need 4 egg yolks in here. How many eggs do I have left in here? 2. Okay.
There's a diner tour in the Eiffel Tower, but it's crazy expensive.
Oops.
What are you doing?
I'm being you.
She's like, I learned it from watching
I
you.
learned it from watching you. I broke
Been
the
for
yolk.
6, 7, 8 years, must look updated now. We were technically in Paris for most of a day, but sadly we were stuck at the airport.
All right, I need 2 more egg yolks in here. So we're going to be
Nice.
tempering, for the pastry cream, we'll be tempering it. So we're going to put the eggs over here, and we're going to heat some milk up in here, and then we're going to temper the eggs. Temper the eggs. I don't know, wherever you guys are.
That's what I said, especially since we ate while we were in Paris. So
It counts for Robbie. I've been to
we
Paris.
ate, we had several naps.
We didn't get to eat in Munich, however, my phone is there. Does that count?
Yeah, we were about to get food because it was real close to the gate in Munich when we sat down and she realized, wait a minute.
Where's my phone?
And then that led to an hour-ish of
Panic?
panic and frantically searching and trying multiple things to find it. And none of those included eating a meal.
So do I get to say I'm still in Europe because my phone is still there? I haven't tried to ping it though lately. It's probably dead at this point. There's so many bowls over here, Robbie.
Is it what, the Charles de Gaulle airport we were at?
Yes.
In Paris? Yeah.
That is the airport we were at.
We had storms here, so we left the U.S. late, got in over an hour late, and so we missed our connecting flight and had to wait.
Which we might have made had we been in the same terminal, but it was a different terminal, so you have to get on a train. And then when you get to the other terminal, they make you go back through security again.
It was a long line.
So
Where I was so flustered, I tried to walk through with a water bottle, and the security lady just gave me the worst look when she saw it on the scan, and she's like, "What's wrong with you?"
and Robbie's like, I don't know, things, stuff.
I was just testing to make sure their system works. Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, 2 cups of whole milk. I think I'm done with this now. Oh no, actually I might not be. Never mind.
Yes, that's why Dana's not returning your calls. Her phone is still in Munich, Germany.
I found out today when I went to lunch with my friend, they were like, I thought something, and this isn't the first person. So if you have an Apple phone, I got your text. If you didn't, I didn't get your text. And the problem was they didn't go into the iCloud because I didn't have my phone. And so I never saw that some people had called me. All right, so we're gonna get that all together, looking like a big mess. And then once this is heated up, we're gonna temper it. So we're gonna put a little of this in here, a little of this in here. Again, this is to keep this from getting scrambled, right? So we're making our root beer pastry cream is what we're making right now. So while that's heating up,
How does the ring feel?
how does the ring feel? A little weird. A little weird. I'm more used to it now, but at the beginning it was like turning a lot, and it's high. It's a pretty high setting, so. All right, let's put some whipped cream in here. I think it wants sugar in here too, or is it just vanilla bean? It wants sugar. But I don't want to put granulated sugar in there. So we will put some powdered sugar if I can find it.
That's your number 2?
Huh?
8675309.
8675309.
Hey, Pookspeak.
Pookspeak, hello.
Dana will be with you shortly. She's in the pantry. There she is.
Look at the mess I made. Again. All sorts of messes.
You recognize that number, such as my age?
I recognize it. Do you know it?
Yes, Dana. I'm also of that age.
You are not. You were not. You were like 5 when that came out.
You can't prove that.
I can.
And that's old enough, even if that were true.
All right, so powdered sugar. Put some vanilla in here. If I was smart, I would have mixed all of this ahead of time and then put it in here. Some vanilla. Listen to the cradle robber. Hey. I'm okay with that. So we'll need to shake this up.
Here.
There's lots of stuff going on.
She needs someone younger who can keep up with her energy level.
Woo! I mean, and Robbie's like this. You were 5 when Elvis died, and my mother told me how he had a drug problem. Gosh, I miss my mom.
And we've been to their house, Graceland.
Oh, Elvis's house.
Yes.
I was like, we've never been to Pooks Peak's house. Is Pooks Peak somebody I know?
Oh, you didn't get invited to that? That was just me?
Apparently. All right, let's
You've
clean
also
some
been to
things up.
Graceland?
We just happened to be doing our tour in that direction of the country, so we spent one day in Memphis. Nope. It's yummy though. You gotta love it.
Running Metro? Yeah, we should have done that time okay. We should have just gotten the flight the next morning and spent the day. And
If we were to do it differently, we would have just said we'll take the same flight tomorrow morning. Gone and eaten in Paris, taken a picture by the Eiffel Tower, and had bonus.
And I'd stand next to it and I'd be like, that's not that tall. It's the same height as me.
All right, I'm just gonna read this real quick again. Slowly
Just to
pour
drive to
about 1
Florida
cup
and
into
did a
the egg
detour to
mixture.
Graceland?
Okay,
We are welcome at the house in Toronto anytime, Dana.
excellent.
That'd be nice. I haven't really been to Canada. Like, me walking over the bridge in Niagara Falls that's not good.
No.
I gotta get to Canada for real. Rocky's good. He's been protecting us in the backyard. I don't know
Making
what
sure the
from what, but
pigeons, ravens, lizards,
neighborhood cats.
squirrels.
The possum we saw the other day.
All right, my eggs are a little chunky here. We're gonna put a little more of this in here, see if we can. And then,
Rocky has seemed a little bit better behaved since we got back from the trip.
he was not behaved, however.
No, but I think he was worried that we weren't coming back.
That could be. All right. All right. If you're not familiar with tempering, tempering just prevents the eggs from scrambling. If I were to put the eggs directly in the hot milk or cook it with the hot milk, it would get scrambled. And even then, we may still have little bitty pieces of eggs. So if you're ever making anything like a pastry cream or a custard, you might want to strain it when you're taking it out of the pot. So we're gonna stir this, and then we're gonna add some, I didn't know I needed to add a butter.
Ooh, and a family cottage, 2.5 hours outside the city on the lake. The kitchen Kenara would love.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Your dog doesn't like animals either. Can you do me a favor? Can you get me 2 tablespoons of butter out of here? Because I didn't prep that. All right, so now we've got our root beer. This is nice, getting nice and thick.
2 tablespoons, huh?
2 tablespoons, so that's 2 sections. This is our root beer reduction. And I should have had the whisk out. That would have probably been better, but we'll make do with a spoon. I'm super excited about this. It's bananas. Don't talk to you about skunk. Rocky once came in, like it was at night. Okay, go ahead, throw it in there. And he came screaming through the back door. And I was standing over here and I'm like, that doesn't smell good.
He found a friend.
He found a friend. Luckily, I don't think he got sprayed too bad. We did actually throw him in the shower, which is not what you're supposed to do, but it actually worked for us. So, all right. So we've got chunks in here, so we're definitely going to be putting this through a strainer.
Gotten Teddy twice.
Oh my gosh. Well, they like him. They like Teddy. They're like, you're our friend. No, you're not. Protect, protect.
I remember going in the backyard once and a skunk was not even 4 feet away from the back door. I was so thankful that it was facing me, and I just slowly went back inside.
Yeah, it's not good if you're a human and you get sprayed by a skunk.
I was like, hi buddy, I'm gonna go back inside. You go ahead and do whatever and I'll be back later.
You do your thing. You do your thing. He's like, Teddy.
Does Teddy also forget how the dog door works and barks to be let in? What's worse, Dana?
What? Or Taco Bell farts? I think skunks still.
I would say it's not even close.
No. How many Taco Bell farts have you? Why are
From
we talking
you?
about that? From me?
So many.
I don't eat Taco Bell.
Not anymore.
I haven't eaten Taco Bell since I've known you. I think.
I got Rusty to chime in. Hey, Rusty.
Hi, Rusty.
The castle looked awesome.
It sure did. Guys, if you're not following Rusty, make sure you go and give Rusty a hint. How much money did you guys end up raising with your breakfast castle? All right, well does anybody think this will thicken up if I put it into the refrigerator? It doesn't tell me. Stir, velvety smooth.
Still going, but they're at 6,135 and 69 cents.
My gosh, that's amazing. I saw the castle, I sure did. I saw it on, hey Megabytes, did you see I won Picture of the Week last week? I'm
I
now
can
in
tell you
I'm
exactly
now
where that
not
picture was
sharing
taken.
second place again, but I gotta catch up to Kanara. Maybe tonight's food will do it. So Rusty, how are you and Lady doing? What are you guys up to this week?
How did it taste?
That's not the point, Sparkling Jewel. It's not the point. You keep forgetting to enter. You gotta enter.
Well, here's another
We have a
reminder for you.
t-shirt. I'm not wearing it today, but we have a t-shirt for that. This is very lumpy. I'm very disappointed in myself for how this came out. We're gonna see if it maybe thickens up once it's in
It
the
says we are
refrigerator.
good, just streaming every day, all month.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of work, Rusty.
Hello.
All right, let's get through here. Hello, Auntie B, how are you? I hope I'm not making a giant mess of this. I probably am. But you guys, can you see how I didn't temper it real well? So we have little bits of scrambled egg in our pastry cream, so we don't want that.
And it's also Rusty's 5-year this month.
5 year, we're 4 year this month.
And 11 years for him and Lady.
Wow, congratulations. Robbie and I are about -1 or 2, somewhere in there, I'm assuming. So, anyway, I think I'm disappointed in the way, because I make custards all the time, but this pastry cream did not come out the way I wanted it to. But we're gonna get it.
Well, if
To
the
cool
goal is
down.
to make a lovely mess, Dana, you have succeeded.
Thank you, thank you.
It's just about everywhere.
It tastes delicious.
That's all that matters, right?
We're gonna stick that in the refrigerator.
Maybe.
I'm
She opens the fridge and there's no room.
gonna make room. I'm just gonna throw
Dana's
things.
gonna make this work.
I definitely am gonna make this work. All right. Now, the thing about putting things into the refrigerator when they're still warm is that it may drop the temperature of your refrigerator some. So just be careful on that. We're doing it today. But you don't want to do, I don't think you want to do it that much, but you're generally speaking not going to hurt the food by doing that.
Suki says, time for fridge Tetris.
It is that is my favorite game.
I
my
never had
favorite
that problem at my place.
All right, now I need to
There's
go.
like 1 or 2 things per shelf.
But except
I knew if I had something or not. There nothing hid behind anything else. There was always plenty of room.
Well, you kind of do that now. You'll bring things out to the other fridge because you're like, yeah, I'm not bothering with that. I know I'm going to want to eat this. Let me go put it in the other fridge.
I had some food in my fridge. It was just not a wide selection of foods.
Okay, so do we remember what we did on Sunday? And we had some pulled pork for our Twinkies.
Might need a new compressor.
My fridge out there, sorry. My fridge out there is super cold in the back to the point where it almost freezes stuff. So that's where this has been sitting. So this should be pretty good. I think what I'm going to do with this though is mix it with some cream cheese to give it a more cream cheesy filling. So you're testing companies to see if they BS me and say you need a new compressor. Did you ever have food in your fridge? Are you asking me?
I think me.
Oh, Robin.
I answered.
Okay. What else did we did so many? We were there for 3 weeks. We did so many things in Europe.
We saw Andy B.
We did. We saw Andy B. That was fun.
We went and saw Wrexham. Had a great lunch just outside of town on a little lake.
It was good. I'm out of things to mix things together, so we're gonna have to do this by
Went to
hand.
Monaco.
We ate in Monaco too. Except the place we ate was probably for tourists because they did quick sandwiches and stuff. It was good.
I was hungry. It worked.
All right. Let's do about half of this cream. I'm making this filling up, guys.
I didn't really do DoorDash or anything like that back then. Yeah, we even got to drive on part of the racetrack while we were in Monaco. I mean, we were in a vehicle that drove on the racetrack. I didn't get to drive.
Wah, wah.
I drove. So that was fun, driving on, the wrong side of the road in England.
On the wrong, Robbie kept trying to get into the wrong side of the car.
That's true.
I did the first time, but after that I had it. I'm like, where are you going?
It took us 2 loops just to get out of the parking lot picking up the rental car. Like, where is the exit? But we were pros by the time we returned it a few days later.
This is true. So I'm wondering if I want to take this and put this in a pan to melt the cream cheese or not. I might.
Luckily,
might do
France
that.
and Italy and Monaco drive on the right side. Not that we really
You didn't drive though
anywhere
this
there,
time, but you drove last time we were in Italy.
I did.
And when we were in Nice, there was a big car, like classic car show there. Super cool cars, but they were very loud. And our room was right there on the water where the main street is. So maybe warm things up. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking I might put this in a, so what did this have in it? This had just vinegar. This will work.
And the old race cars were really cool to look at that evening. And then they were less cool that night when they were all slowly driving away from the event.
And how many did they have? There were like 300?
It was hundreds of cars.
And each of them got to come in, so they had it set up so that the cars would be displayed, and they were coming in at like 5 at a time, 5 or 10 at a time. And so it was hours of them coming, and then they were all set up, and then when they left at like 10 o'clock at night, it was hours of them leaving. It was crazy. All right, we're gonna see. I know this pot is very small. I'm trying to make
Our
myself have
hotel
less
was,
dishes.
maybe a 2-minute walk from where they were doing the thing.
It was right there on the American Promenade
With the big blue chair.
with the big blue blue chairs. Which I didn't even know that's what they were known for.
We got to hear the cannon go off at noon each day.
Yeah. From Chateau Hill? Is that what that was called? Usually I keep all these things in my head, but a lot of things have happened since we were there. I think that that is the right amount of cream cheese. I want to be able to taste the pulled pork because it's so good. I just wanted the cream cheese to get incorporated into it. I almost made one, and I've got some pork pate in the refrigerator. I almost made like a Vietnamese version of a pulled pork thing, but that would have required another round of either laminated dough or pâte à choux, and I said, no. I'm doing enough as it is, so. So we got this going. All right. All right, so you guys can check Rusty out every day, and then make sure you put in your chat, put in #lady, team lady.
Team lady.
#team lady. And then say Dana sent me. But you won't have to put that. If you put #team lady, he's gonna know I sent you.
So you could put in Team Rusty and say that Robbie or Randy sent you.
You could do that, but why?
Because some of us, Dana, are on Team Rusty.
All right, I'm gonna put a little cumin in here. That'll be a lot easier to put on our thing. Okay. Rocky, you can open the dang door, dude. All right. I think we can,
I think he's trying to warn us. There's crows out here.
I think we might be able to start making some of these.
Really? Does that mean we get to eat
Yes.
food? Food.
But let me clean this spot off a little bit first. There's stuff everywhere. What is happening? All right, let's start with our savory. How's that? First, you guys got to see these. They're kind of a giant mess, but they also look great. So they're both a giant mess and they look great. So here's how I wanted to do this.
I think we made enough for everybody.
Sure, come on over. So I was gonna try and do, like I said, like a corn puree. It came out more soup-like than puree-like. So we're gonna call it corn soup.
Okay.
Where are my small things? I don't know where they are. All right, so this is what we're gonna do here.
Like the small ones?
Yeah.
You mean like these?
Yeah, let's do those. You get like, it's like a tasting of soup. It's just like a little of soup. And where's my serrated knife? Let's take a serrated knife. And I've got some barbecue sauce here that is sweet and spicy, and it's brand new. They were showcasing that at the grocery store. And when I have impulse buys like this, I really can't complain. I can't complain too much about the cost of groceries when I'm out there just buying stuff. All right.
I mean,
do I
if it
use a
says buy
serrated knife
this and
for
you get
this?
something else free, how can you not do it? You can't beat free.
Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at the inside of that. All right. So what we can do with this is we're gonna, actually, let me use a spoon for that part.
Michael says, wow, those look perfect.
They look great, don't they? Thank you. So we're gonna put some of that in there. They're a little bigger because I wanted them to be more like a slider, is what I was thinking. I don't want to mess my plate up, so we'll put some of that on there. Right, we'll put that there. Then we have to make our plate pretty. So we'll stick that to the side. And I have that I can use a fork for. Boy, how many steps have I gotten in this kitchen?
My mouth is watering, Michael.
I've only got like 4,000 steps. I thought I had more than that walking back and forth today. I'm gonna put some pickled red onions on there. And then we'll pour, maybe this, nope, it really didn't thicken up. And I could be bougie here, Robbie. More bougie than it already is. And let me get a green onion real quick and do a little chopping over here in the corner where you can't see me. Because why should you be able to see me? Because green onion is always good with corn.
Don't make me get the remote cam and come find you.
Wah ha 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 ha. And there is, see, I feel like there needs to be another little element
I
here.
mean, it could be the other pastry. No?
Well, no, because that's going to be sweet, and so I want that on its own. I want that on
You,
its
you
own
could
plate.
make a second one.
We could have had like a little salad there. Maybe we'll put a few little red peppers right there. I mean, not red peppers, red onions right there. So that we do that. We could add some other things you might put on there, but there we go. We're gonna get a picture of that.
It's gonna have you hold it there for that long.
Oh. Excuse me, guys, sorry. Robbie's counting, hang on, wait.
Okay.
Focus, focus. All right, what do you think?
Looks pretty good.
All right, there's that one. And Willem, I'm gonna take this funny one here. So we still have our beauty picture over there. I like to find, I'm trying to be better about finding things to do with leftover things that I've got. It is fancy. Well, I can, all right, this is for you.
Oh, it is?
It is for you. Here you go. Take a taste. What do you think? I'm trying to find the not as pretty ones over here. Is that good?
It's pretty good. It's different. Like, not quite spaghetti tacos different, but.
And then I'm going to try one.
There will be leftovers, but not a lot. Just because there's so much. Oh my gosh.
It's actually really good. If you're expecting pulled pork, you'll be like, this isn't pulled pork. But if you're expecting a cream puff, you'll be like, this cream puff tastes like pulled pork.
We once made spaghetti tacos, Suki, as a meal redemption. Mm-hmm. From iCarly.
All right, let's do the root beer one. I'm really looking forward to that one.
So good. So good.
I think what I might be do different on this, it kind of depends. If I made these smaller and made them cream puffs, I would keep everything the same, just make it smaller.
Thank you, Time OK.
Time OK, it was good to see you. See you around. If I were making it more like a slider, I think I would add a little bit more pulled pork and then chop some pulled pork into there so you have a little texture. What do you think?
Yeah.
To do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is going to look itty bitty compared to that. And I've lost this again. These are tiny. And don't worry, if I were really making this for you for dessert, I'd probably put like 3 of these on the plate, but we're gonna do just one. Oh, and since I have root beer reduction left,
Yes.
I can do some things. Hopefully the pastry cream, see, these didn't turn out as well. See how it kind of got dented in there? So let's see if we can find a decent one. So I kind of like, what did I do with the knife? There it is. I like the way the other one's cooked. And I think these needed to be just maybe a little bigger. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Hopefully, let's see, the pastry cream, is it cool enough? Now, if you are putting this in the refrigerator for a longer time, I would highly suggest that you put a piece of plastic on the top so that it doesn't get the skin on it. Because this one has a skin on it now, because I didn't do that. And it's not quite the texture I want it to be yet, but we're gonna.
Putting skin singles.
Yes, some people love it. I do not. I do not like the texture. This is not the texture I want it to be at all. So again, disappointed. And see how it's runny? It should not be runny. That doesn't look good at all. Let's not do that. We're gonna spoon it on.
Plan B, real quick right
Yeah,
there.
it's still a little warm. I think that's part of the problem too. So spoon. I think I'm using every spoon that we've got.
Almost. And she has a lot of spoons.
So we'll put our pastry cream in here. Okay. It tastes good. The pastry cream tastes good. Wait, oh, okay. I see what you're doing. Now, I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna come out right. Okay.
Her favorite kitchen gadget.
It is among them, yes.
And Rocky's now, by the way.
He loves
He-
it. He's
he
like, he sees
loves
that,
that thing.
and he's like, me? Me?
You're gonna share, right?
Me?
I'm not greedy, just a little bit. Come on. I've been good today.
Ah,
Oh.
stay. Oh, won't you? And then shouldn't we have some sprinkles? I think we should have sprinkles.
Ooh, sprinkles.
Yes. And I think I want to also take some of this.
Look how fancy she's getting.
Well, just for some things. I think you took me to a Michelin star place, and now I'm like, must practice. There. It is a Seinfeld reference, just like muffin tops.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Here you go. Do I know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
There we go. I'm also going to take a picture.
Top of the muffin to you. Now that one I got. Suki's like, I heard sprinkles.
Yep, we got sprinkles on there. All right, you want to taste this?
I do. You know why?
Because it looks yummy.
And because I took pictures, so I'm allowed to.
Here's a fork for you.
Fork?
Uh-huh.
Who needs a fork?
All right, just dig in there.
Help.
It's kind of like a root beer float. Has all the flavors of it. I think it would be much better if the pastry cream is nice and set and creamy so that you can pipe more of that on there and get a little more of the root beer flavor.
Yeah, you could totally sell that as a root beer dessert.
Like when you go to a fancy restaurant and you want a root beer float and they're like,
There's just one problem, Dana.
what?
We need more.
I can make more, that's fine. Look at all of these things. Okay. That's one way to do it. There's
Problem fixed.
All right. Look at Robbie's plating. Isn't this beautiful? Can you see Robbie's plating?
There, it looks better when it's cut in half. Or
It's all
something.
fine. Everything is fine.
The sophistication level of the second helping, not quite at the same
No,
level
we'll
as
probably
Dana's.
won't be quite as much when I make the other ones either.
But I needed more.
All right. So let's see who's on. Because it's almost been 3 hours again. What is this with me in 3 hours?
Yes, thank you, Michael.
Yes, thank you for your help. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. We have Hunger Service. We have Cupcake Decks. We have Titanium Chef. Miss Molly Makes. Chef de Party, Andrew Cooks. I'm looking at people who are cooking. So how about this is what whipped cream fear looks like. How about we do the Hunger Service? We haven't gone over there for a while. You guys know the Hunger Service? See how it's spelled? The Hunger Service. Can you go?
All one word.
All one word. Let's go do that. Kelly Cakes, if you like cake dough. She's not decorating cakes, however. She's doing, I was thinking about that, but she's not, it doesn't look like that's what she's doing right now. She's at the farmhouse doing something. So, all right, so we're gonna go see the Hunger Service, and please make sure that you hold hands and join us in this raid to go see the Hunger Service. And I want to thank all of you guys for being here tonight and bringing your lovely energy to us. And, you know, we like to joke around here, so thanks for doing it. Hi, Justice Fries, how are you? So I hope that you have a great weekend. Most likely we are not streaming on Sunday, okay? So right now the plan is to not stream on Sunday so that I can do things like get a pedicure and Robbie can maybe cook me some food. We'll see.
Maybe.
He'll do something like that. Us joke? No. Thank you, Luminology. Thanks for being here. So let's go. Have a great weekend. We will be back Thursday. I'll be doing Mother Sauces of Rome. So you'll get to see 4 different types of pasta sauces when we are on next Thursday. And all of them are easy. All of you can do it. You absolutely can. I'm going to make Robbie do one. So he's like, what? Okay, so love you guys. Stay kind. Stay